Hello, and it is I once again. Hold on, let me try that again a little bit louder. Hello, it is I, Legendary Gaming Dragon, back once again with hopefully the final episode of this one-shot episode series, Astrologaster. And let's jump right into it without wasting any more time. I do hope you enjoy my playthrough of this. Although it is quite the abrupt interruption of our Final Fantasy IX playthrough, well, I got a little bit tired of editing that series. Took a little bit too much out of me for so many episodes. So now I'm just playing this game, just to postpone what I'm going to do eventually. Read to the Lord. Archbishop with gift. Now, I bet you remember this from the end of the last episode. Drawn with gift. The quite blasphemous introduction, if I am remembering correctly, which it does seem to be correct. Bishop with gift. Right. We are now continuing the story. Or are we? Yes, we are.
Ho there! Be there anyone at home?
Is it?
Is by the saints.
'Tis none other than Archbishop John Whitgift. Your Grace, I am most honoured by this most unexpected visit.
Truly, 'tis most unexpected, as I just so happened to be passing by. Indeed, I was riding by in my carriage when I found myself struck ill. My chaplain did suggest I take rest at the nearest residence, which did so happen to be this small dwelling. Forsooth, these rooms have the look of a physician's consulting chambers. Mayhap you are a doctor? If that be true, then praise be to God for this happy coincidence.
A most fortunate coincidence indeed. I am Simon Foreman, a doctor of astrology and physic. At your service, Your Grace.
Well then, Doctor Foreman, was it? Perchance you will tell me what ails me. I feel a kind of pain and heaviness in my side, and I know not if this be related, but my skin has of late become most unattractive in appearance.
Pain in the right side of the body and soreness
in the skin.
Her Majesty did remark upon it most wittily the other day at a meeting of the Privy Council. Your face does serve as a warning to us all, Archbishop.
Her Majesty the Queen, verily. A moment, if I may, Your Grace, while I consult the stars. What does cause the suffering of His Grace, the Most Reverend John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury?
Oh, would you look at that? What ails our fine fellow Archbishop? Jaundice. Temporary illness. Condition characterized by the cold or seeping the skin when the tube connecting the gallbladder to liver is blocked. Yes, I think I've heard of it. Has something to do with the kidneys, right? Cardiac passion characterized by grievous pain in the heart and gnawing sensations throughout the body. Ah yes, the jaundice. Sagittarius. Ruler of the stars.
You are afflicted with jaundice, Your Grace. Yellow bile has seeped into your skin, causing it to become yellow-hued in appearance.
'Tis the jaundice, is it?
I see.
Pray, have a servant boil this pouch of herbs in water. The liquor is to be injected at the fundament once each day. It should draw the choler away from your skin and into your bowels. William!
Excellent. I will have my chaplain see to it. My. Who do we have here?
Before you take your leave, Your Grace, I would have my manservant William let blood from your right arm.
Indeed. Very well, then.
Before you depart, Your Grace, perchance I might trouble you with a request of my own.
Good day, sir. My chaplain will settle payment with you anon.
So be it. 1, 2, 3, 4 more visits. Let's hope this is our ticket out of here in case I don't get anything really. Doesn't matter errors he makes. Let others mean all the things that sex breaks. The Lord has much to gain from risks he takes. Man may pay, but noble may only grow and learn from mistakes. We have Robert Devereux.
Good day, my lord, and well met. Indeed, methinks I have not seen your lordship since last year, afore you set off with Sir Walter Raleigh to capture those Spanish treasure ships.
Ah, yes. Doubtless you heard what became of that expedition. The town criers called it Raleigh and Essex's gold piracy fail, declaring it the biggest balls up since the English Armada.
Aye, 'twas most ill-mannered of them, if I may remark.
The directions you gave me were entirely wrong, for we never came across the Spanish fleet. Indeed, we found ourselves becalmed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Raleigh blames me for it, and although I did explain to him that it was entirely your fault, as I had gotten the navigational coordinates from you, that seemed to bother him even more.
My lord, I am full sorry for any error I may have made in my calculations. Forsooth, I pray I may assist you better this day. What is it you would ask of the stars?
I would have you tell me how I might regain the favour of the Queen. Indeed, 'tis strange she has not yet gotten over her displeasure, for the incident did occur many months ago, and we had every intention of returning her warships, filled to the brim with gold, I might add. Besides, how in the devil's name were we supposed to know the King of Spain would choose that very same month to invade England? Huh, I have not the power to predict the future.
Well, nay, but I have, my lord, if you had asked me to.
Verily, 'tis not to be borne. Only last week, at the meeting of the Privy Council, during a minor disagreement regarding the Catholic rebellion in Ireland, she called me an impudent lord-splainer, whereupon she rose from her chair and mollywopped me in the face. I half drew my sword upon her.
You mean the Queen?
Aye, indeed. Her behaviour was most shocking. I even asked the royal physician whether she may have lost her mind. She is, after all, most elderly. But Mr. Smith assures me she is in very fine health and is in full control of her faculties.
Her Majesty's behaviour is a mystery indeed, although mayhap it should not surprise us. A man's reason is oft insufficient to fathom the workings of the feminine mind, and, in such cases, he may have little choice but to call upon divine wisdom. To wit, let us see what the stars can tell us. What must Lord Devereux do to regain the Queen's favour?
Oh, I did screw up that last time, didn't I? Devereux must reverse his change into fortune by turning his working relations with the Queen into a... Nope, what else was it? Maybe achieve his gentle. Pretend to be in love with the Queen. This is Bloody Mary we're talking about. Act in haste, should not. Intelligence decision to mount a military campaign in a foreign country. Position of authority, in keeping with birthright as peer of realm. Queen, he's a loyal man who does his duty. Oh, I don't really remember. Again, I should have taken more attention during European history classes, no? I think it is B that shall suffice to regain the Queen's favor.
To regain the Queen's favour, you must demonstrate your fealty to her, your loyalty as a peer of the realm who sits on her Privy Council. To this end, the stars suggest you offer to lead a military campaign to put down this Catholic rebellion in Ireland. Your lordship is, after all, a great military leader. What better man for such a task than the hero of Cadiz?
Verily, 'tis no ill idea. 'Tis no ill idea at all. Yes, indeed, I shall offer to put down the Irish for her. Forsooth, how difficult could such a mission be? I shall quickly defeat those fen-sucking muck-savages and be back home by Christmas. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord!
How many more instances? 2 more. Let's hope it is enough. No, Simon Foreman's called a Catholic. This proves of Mary for her views they make him sick. Pray he does not tell her lest she punch him in the fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Mary Payne.
Good day, Mistress Payne. How may I help you this day?
Blessed day, Dr. Foreman. I am just come from taking my niece to visit Rochester Cathedral. Thomas Blogg is the cathedral's dean, I believe. Know you of Dean Blogg?
I know something of him.
Verily, that man is a model to us all. Under his stewardship, the cathedral's decadent furnishings have been stripped away. He has even replaced the silver candlesticks with pewter. Such pious modesty in the sight of God.
Has he indeed? How very interesting. And godly. Yes. But what is it that brings you this day?
Before I begin upon my business, Dr. Foreman, I must insist you acknowledge your failings. You were most wrong to frighten me with these notions of England being invaded by the Spanish.
Ah, yes, that. Though, to be fair, I do not think anybody could have predicted the storm that sunk the Spanish ships. It was most unexpected.
And we must give thanks to God for the divine vengeance he wrought upon the heretics. I did hear that by morning our beaches were verily littered with the corpses of Spanish sailors. Praise be to the Lord, his glory to behold.
Yes, praise be. But all the same, you seem anxious this day, Mistress Payne. What is troubling you?
Indeed, I am troubled, Dr. Foreman. I fear for the Queen's health. Everyone is saying that as she is exceeding old, she is soon to die.
Ah, yes, I quite understand your feelings, madam. How we love our good Queen Bessie. Long may she reign. But will she? That is the question, is it not? For she cannot live forever, and when at last she does expire, we shall be stricken with such lamentation and grief.
Mayhap you, but not I. Elizabeth Tudor is naught but a sceptred whore, but still a whore who presides over the Church of England and keeps Rome at bay. And without an heir, who knows what manner of foreigner may succeed her when she dies? For all we know, he may flood the land with foul popery.
Foul popery? I take it you do not care for dry floral arrangements. But, madam, surely fresh flowers are more customary at royal funerals.
Did you not heed me, Mr. Foreman? I wish to know whether the English throne is safe from a Catholic successor.
Ah, yes, of course. Then let us consult the stars. Is our Queen's long reign in danger of ending soon? And if so, do we risk a Catholic succeeding her to the throne?
Let's see, there was Edward, there was Mary, and there was Elizabeth. Let's see what is of it now. Operation 4 offered by foreign countries now what it seems that our King James. Oh yes, there was a king successor that came after Queen Elizabeth. Bond between nations will be craved for this fear of violence. I guess he's safe even if she dies. Will remain head of the Church of England, loyal to Anglican faith. Queen is in love. Pregnancy. We'll bring a what to the Tudor line? New life. No, the Tudor line unfortunately ends with Elizabeth. I do believe it is James, King James of Scotland, continues.
I am afeard the stars say nothing of how much longer Elizabeth Tudor's reign will last. But when our Queen finally does expire, 'twill be most ill for us. For her successor will take England to war and tax us mightily to pay for it. We have naught to look forward to but a future of violence and austerity. I am sorry to be the bearer of such lamentable tidings, madam.
Lamentable? I suppose it might be. It would depend on whether English blood is to be spilled in the righteous service of God, or in service of the Antichrist in Rome. To it, is our new sovereign to keep to the English Church, or will he be a Roman Catholic, Dr. Foreman?
My chart is not clear on this question, though it does indicate that Elizabeth's most likely successor, King James of Scotland, has a deceitful nature. Mayhap he hides secret Romish sympathies.
Mayhap? Mayhap is no answer at all. Verily, Dr. Foreman, your stars have been of very little use to me this day. Very little use indeed.
Still 3 more, but unlikely all the like. Rejoice, rejoice in the Lamb. The Lamb set by your bishop. Guess for dinner, in the land and beef and pork on pie. Things do seem to be going a little slower than usual now.
Good day and well met, Lord Archbishop. What a pleasure it is to welcome your Grace once more to my humble consulting chambers. Do you ail of something, sir?
Nay, I am in good health. I am come for information. That is, I am come for an astrological reading concerning one of my deans, Thomas Blagg, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral. I hear you are acquainted with him, are you not?
Yes, so please your Grace. I am honoured to say that Dean Blagg is one of my querents.
I see. What a remarkable coincidence. Then you may know that Dean Blagg has been petitioning me to promote him to the rank of bishop, specifically to grant him the vacant seat of the bishopric of Salisbury. I wonder if you, that is, if the stars and planets and so forth, might tell me if there be any reason why Thomas Blagg might not be a fitting candidate for such a position of responsibility.
I see. Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Should Thomas Blagg, Dean of Rochester, be made the Bishop of Salisbury?
Well, this is most obvious now. He's ill-fortuned and unwise with financials. Not honourable man. Blagg is a frugal manager of the church funds. Wise corporate with employed Dean Blagg. No? Great events stolen from the church. Financial seats being committed against the church. Blagg's emotional journey. Questioning his religious principles. Blagg's heresy should be a shocking blow. It does seem like B is the most likely answer. Oh dear Blagg.
You must not grant Thomas Blagg the bishopric of Salisbury, your Grace, for it seems Dean Blagg has been embezzling from the church. He has been removing cathedral furnishings, fine paintings, tapestries, candlesticks and the like, and selling them for his own enrichment, or mayhap to pay off his personal debts.
Verily? Well, I do hear it remarked that the Rochester Cathedral has been looking a little Puritan of late. Mayhap I should have my chaplain cast an eye over the cathedral accounts.
Before you leave, your Grace, perchance I may broach a small matter of my own. Methinks you have the power to grant medical licenses, do you not? Although I am an experienced physician, you may have heard of my work during the plague of 1592, for instance, I am not technically licensed to practice medicine. It has been causing some administrative troubles of late. I wonder if your Grace might condescend to help me by...
You would have me grant you a medical license, would you? I suppose that might be arranged. Leave it with me, and I will have my chaplain look into it.
I thank you heartily, your Grace. Your Grace is most generous.
Looks like we might actually be possible if we serve him correctly the next 3 times. This Blagg is on the make, mayhap even on the take. Won't there be for her family's sake? Seriously, give her a break. Alice Blagg, ladies and gentlemen.
God give you good day, Mistress Blagg. Pray tell, what brings you?
I would know whether my lover, Owen Wood, is resolved to leave me something in his will. A small legacy, mayhap. A large one. I do hope he intends to leave me something.
Owen Wood? He is the Dean of Armagh, is he not? Was not your interest directed toward the Bishop of London?
Aye, but your counsel for wooing him served me most ill. When the bishop came to visit the archbishop in Lambeth, I smiled and nodded and kept my knees together like you advised, but it was all for naught. The archbishop's wife thought I was taken ill and sent me to bed directly after dinner.
Forsooth, I'm sorry to hear it, though mayhap it was for the best. Now, perchance we may proceed to this matter concerning Owen Wood. Pray tell, why would you wish to know whether he has included you in his will? Is he gravely ill?
Not presently, but methinks he will be soon, for he has gone to Ireland to join that peacocking mumphead, the Earl of Essex.
I see. He has gone to fight in Robert Devereux's military campaign to put down the Catholic rebels in Ireland. But you are being a little harsh, are you not? 'Tis true he has had some bad luck of late, but the earl's are fine.
Oh, a swole-headed failson is what his lordship is. 'Twould not surprise me if he read his map upside down and marched his men into a bog to drown. Pray, let us do my reading, if you please.
Certainly. If Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, were to die, would Alice Blagg inherit anything from his estate?
I think not, or very little of it at the least. Fitted her way with fortune, gentle. Good angel will compel Owen faithful to his wife. Is a man with conflict and deceit. Do not resist being triple to the Lavrels. You will receive a legacy from Wood. Secret to be revealed upon his death. Faithful to his wife. Frittered away his fortune. Gentle. I think it is B. Maybe? Yes, I do think it is.
Alas, I am sorry to disappoint you, madam, but Dean Wood has no plans to leave you anything in his will. His entire fortune will go to his wife and children.
Verily? I must own, it does surprise me.
Does it, though? For in this chart, I see conflict and lies between you. And it does appear that he is to renounce his adulterous ways and become once again faithful to his wife. He is, after all, a man of God.
He is to become faithful to his wife, you say? How extraordinary. Well, you did put the right name in your chart, I trust. Owen Wood, with 2 O's? Huh. Well, wonders will never cease.
Mayhap I was wrong. It is 3 more times after all. Almighty God, visit thy servant Thomas blind. Take him in thy merciful arms, and shakes and sing to him. Thomas Blagg, the ill.
Good dawning, D. Blagg. How may I do you service this day?
I hope you will do me service, Dr. Foreman. For at my last consultation, you served me very ill. Indeed, your prediction that Raleigh and Essex would succeed in capturing those Spanish treasure ships did put me in a most lamentable position. I had my tailor fashion me these fine new robes, and now I have not the money to pay him for it.
Then I'm heartily sorry for it, sir. Though your new robes are indeed very fine. Is that a different shade of black, or...?
And I know not how, but my wife Alice has lately learned of our perilous financial situation.
Has she?
Aye, and she has had me petition the Archbishop for a promotion. 'Tis her reckoning that if I were promoted to bishop, the increased living would enable me to settle our debts.
That would seem wise under the circumstances. And was your petition successful?
It was. At least at first. Indeed, His Grace did have me believe he is minded to make me Bishop of Salisbury.
The Bishopric of Salisbury? But that is excellent well, is it not?
It would be very well, forsooth. But many months have passed, and the Archbishop gives yet no sign of granting the vacant bishopric to anybody.
I see. And he does not say when the matter may be decided?
Nay, indeed he does not. Whenever I raise the question to His Grace, he says he needs time to consider the various episcopal and doctrinal matters concerning such an appointment. All the while, he has me performing additional duties that I dare not refuse, lest I lose his favour. And Mistress Blagg has sent him pies upon numerous occasions.
And yet the Archbishop is not moved? Oh, he must be a very hard man indeed, for your wife's pies are well renowned for their powers of persuasion. Now, let us see what the stars can tell us. Will Thomas Blagg, Dean of Rochester, be granted the Bishopric of Salisbury?
I'm playing both sides here, you know. Remain amicable. Demonstrating his godliness. Patience. Concerning the theft of goods have been uncovered. Advice to travel with his wife. I will hope Blagg succeed in radically transforming our bishop's opinion of Blagg's intelligence. Thus raised in the archbishop's esteem, Blagg will be granted a bishopric, which comes with increased pay. No, it's definitely B.
He will never be granted the bishopric of Salisbury, I fear. For the archbishop has discovered some irregularities in the management of Rochester Cathedral. Some missing furnishings, I think.
Well, I mean to say, if indeed that be so, then 'tis most egregious. I will have some very stern words with my chaplain.
Worry not, sir. The stars indicate that His Grace would wish to avoid any unpleasantness. As is customary with church scandal, he will doubtless remain quiet on the matter for the sake of reputation.
Well, of course I too would not want to bring shame upon the church. If there be such vile, false rumours circulating about me, it would be wrong not to consider the attention that my promotion to bishop would invite. I own that I am shocked and disappointed by this, but I must thank you for forewarning me.
Yes. How close am I? I did. Don't think one will be enough. Or that I have not replaced all the silver candlesticks with pewter, I left the 2 on the altar. Lancelot more struck by the muse, for his heart is foul, there be no excuse. Hey, do it, you strike him well, I know his verse lay down him to hell. Amen.
Good morrow, Mr. Moore. You are returned from Italy, I see.
Aye, and I had the most enlightening experience. My tutors taught me all about those ancient Romans and whatnot. Indeed, 'tis a changed man you see before you now, a worldly man of culture and learning. Mayhap you would benefit from taking a tour of Italy yourself, Foreman.
Alas, Mr. Moore, I must remain in London to care for my querents. To wit, what brings you this day?
Well, no sooner did I return to London than I did become acquainted with the most wondrous creature, a lady who has been lately widowed.
Let me just take some notes here. Is this one dark or fair? Auburn with eyes of green, mayhap? I do not believe there's yet been an auburn-haired maid.
Fie, Mr. Foreman. Prithee show more respect for ladies than to view them as mere collections of physical charms. Beauty alone is of nothing to a man such as I. Nay, my heart does belong to a worldly woman of culture and learning. Her head almost as striking as the soft hair and radiant eyes that adorn it. Indeed, her gift of understanding is so strong, she can listen to my sonnets for hours on end.
She can she? Forsooth, the lady does show great strength of mind indeed. And how might I advise you?
I would have you tell me whether I should marry her, for, as you know, I have offered my troth to ladies in the past, and it has not ended well for me. So, this time I did tell myself, Lancelot, you will proceed with caution. You will know the lady for at least a month before you think of wedding her, and then you'll go directly to Foreman for his counsel.
Then let us consult the stars now. Should Lancelot Moore marry this wondrous and worldly widow?
Who is it? Who could it possibly be? Deceitful motives. Motion to rule his finances, putting him acting patiently. Unexpected death. Inheritance. Someone aspires to gain through her relationships. Fluent change like querent. Favors the marriage. Like a man more. Like querent Lancelot more. Which could possibly be? For in the introduction of him this round, it did say his sonnets were most foul indeed. Yes, I do think it might be A. worldly deceit.
You must not marry this lady, sir. You are a wealthy man, and she has designs upon your fortune that may result in your untimely death.
Ye gods! Verily?
I am afeard so. You must take care not to let your emotions lead you astray.
She seems so. She told me she... Are you sure? You did not put a planet in the wrong house or whatnot?
Aye, quite sure.
Oh, well indeed, 'tis most lamentable. Oh, what a waste of such fine eyes. Mayhap Emma has a sister.
Emma. Blyg, Emma. Yes, it is her. I did guess right, I do think. And once more, well, indeed. Yes. Before is not blessed, she tries her best. Even when she does her worst. From being overdrassed, poisoning her guest. Ambitions are her markers, are her curse. My, she's one of my favorite querents to treat in this game.
Good day, Mrs. Fortescue.
I do hope you may help me, Dr. Foreman, for I am mightily afflicted with fever and pain.
Yes, I see.
Your face is a trifle red in colour.
When did your troubles begin? At a dinner party, perchance?
Nay, 'twas at a luncheon. The one I gave this day. I sought to play a trick upon my friend, Lady Emma Dyer, and I worry God is punishing me for my japery.
And what manner of jape did you play on your friend at this luncheon of yours? Pray, describe the ruse to me.
Well, I came upon the idea when I took receipt of a trunk full of exotic goods from the New World. Lovely gifts sent home to me by my gallant husband. Know you of my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue? He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh, of course.
I think you have mentioned him once
or twice, madam.
The trunk contained a parcel of dried fruits. Full red in colour they were, and with them a note of warning. On it was writ that these fruits, if not consumed in moderation, can provoke a hot, pricking fever when ingested.
Ah, yes. I have read of this fruit in the writings of Spanish explorers. Capsicum icaramba mequema is the botanical name, I believe.
I am well known for serving the most original dishes at my table. Hence my guests were not surprised when I invited them to try my exotic fruit. I served them each a sweet pie containing one of these, capsicum...
icaramba mequema.
But I made sure Emma received a pie containing the very largest fruit, and I the very smallest one.
I see. You hoped to occasion a fever in your friend while escaping the same fate yourself. And yet this ruse did not succeed, I take it.
Nay, it did not, Dr. Foreman. Most of my guests dared only take one bite of their pies before abandoning them, finding themselves unequal to the challenge. But Emma ate hers all up, as did I. I was sure I would be safe, and that she would turn red and begin to perspire most shamefully, but she remained as cool as a cucumber. But
you, madam?
But I began to feel such pain in my mouth and throat. My face and eyes turned red. Moisture gathered on my brow and bosom, and damp marks appeared on my bodice. I could not conceal it from my guests. 'Twas humiliating.
How distressing for you, madam. Let us now seek a solution to this mystery in the stars. What might explain the querent's affliction?
I do not know of any fruit of the likes. Cause of my suffering. Lusty passions, occasionally by heat and blushing of the face. Bewitched. Quinsy. Bunch of blood flowing to head and throat. Oh, perchance might they be peppers? Chilies, you could say? Bright red fruit. An equivocal match. Oh, I do see. One thing though, I did cheat and look it up. Caspicums. Yes, sort of like the ingredient that makes it spicy. Looks like it's a common red chili you find every so often. Tabasco pepper is it, or what? Caspicum fruit, technically. Ooh, it's a chili. Didn't know they didn't have chilies in the old world. Yes, I think a form of the quinsy is most like chili pepper.
One moment, madam, while I consult that Spanish book I mentioned earlier. The one recounting travels in the New World. Yes, that is interesting.
What is interesting, Dr. Foreman?
The stars say you have quinsy, and this book confirms my suspicions as to what provoked it. Madam, 'tis not the larger fruits that occasion pain when consumed, 'tis the smaller ones, such as the one you had baked into the pie for yourself.
Oh, must be a
You
bell
mean
pepper.
to say the smaller fruits are more dangerous than the larger
Must have been
ones?
a bell pepper.
How strange! Verily, how topsy-turvy!
The pain will be gone by the morrow, but in the meantime, you may find relief by washing your mouth out with wine.
Burgundy wine? Or will an ordinary claret suffice?
Any wine will do, madam. God give ye good even, Mistress Fortescue.
Oh, must have been a chili pepper, a ghost pepper, no, no, a bell pepper is the great big ones. Yes, my second letter of recommendation. That makes 2 received, and I can only fail 3 more people. Humphrey Bell, who is this comely youth? Mayhap a little shy, blazing to the eye. Sweetheart, they tell us the truth. Humphrey Bell, a new querent.
Good morrow, young sir. Methinks this is your first consultation, Mr.
Humphrey Bell, sir.
And how may I do you service this day, Mr. Bell?
I want to get lean in that.
You wish to become lean, you say? And why would you need to be any leaner than you are now? You do not appear at all over plump. Indeed, you appear to be a young man in the full vigour of health.
Yay, but I do the lady parts though, innit?
You do the lady parts. Oh, I see. You are a player who plays feminine roles upon the stage. Yes, I think I recognise you now. You play for Lord Chamberlain's men, do you not? The company of players led by Will Shakespeare, Richard Burbage and Will Kemp, among others.
Aye, sir. I play for them as a hired man, and next month I'm to play a fairy queen in a play we're doing for Lord Hunston at his daughter's wedding.
The voice actor sounds black.
But boss man Burbage says I'm too plump for the role.
Humphrey, your girth does make it difficult for an audience to imagine you getting up out of your very throne, let alone flying.
Yes, I think I understand. 'Twould imperil the audience's suspension of disbelief, thus breaking the fourth wall, as you players so call it.
Ah, sir, indeed. Mr. Burbage worries much for them scenery walls, for he says my rear end is of such a size, 'tis liable to smash right through 'em. Anyways, Mistress Burbage told me that to fit into her gown, she bids herself chunder after eating. Might you give me some herbs for that or something?
And Mistress Burbage will be Richard Burbage's wife, I presume? Well, to judge what would be most effective in your case, I shall need to consult the stars. What should Mr. Humphrey Bell do to become leaner?
Quite a thing indeed, no? He would wish to phlegm, provoke downward purging from his fundament. Upward purging, stomach, canis sicco, excrementum to increase ambulance color. Provoked by chronic overconsumption of food, must commit to underconsumption of food if he hopes to become leaner. In the rump, you say? Which is it? What now? Downward purging, upward purging, underconsumption of foods. The digestive system is the intestine is big and small, are after the stomach, no? But that'd still be the waist, no? Well, yes. Underconsumed foods, my dear.
The solution is quite simple, Mr. Bell. If you would make yourself leaner, you have but to eat less.
Why would I need a doctor to tell me that though? I need something to do it quicker than that, urgent like. Know you what I mean?
Indeed. Sadly, I am familiar with the tendency of the young folk of this day to seek quick, easy fixes to their problems.
What about Mrs. Burbage and her chundering though? Can I not have what she is taking?
Well, there are ways to induce imbalances in your body to purge itself, but doing so is not at all wholesome. For instance, I might have told you of the dangerous practice of taking goodly quantities of prunes and rhubarb to purge from the fundament, but that would have been negligent of me, for as a physician I cannot endorse...
Prunes and rhubarb? So I just eat them things. Easy. Thank you, Doctor. Give you a good day.
Hold, sir. I'd strongly advise against such a...
Yes, I should have chosen downward purging. Oh, 8 times. Well, that's 7 more times than him, though. Everybody's sitting close to the ground. No one's like him to fail up more than down. His family's too grand, too rich to jail. And he disobeys the queen again, but to me lay back ground. Indeed.
Good day, my lord. I must own, your lordship's visit to my chambers does surprise me, for I believed, well, indeed, all of England believes, that you are in Ireland at present.
Did anyone see me? No? Good. Now, bid your manservant close the shutters.
As your lordship pleases. William!
William!
Pray close the shutters.
Yes,
all of them. And fetch us some candles.
I pray the counsel you give me this day be wise, sirrah, for I find myself in the most desperate of predicaments.
And the last advice I gave you? That of offering to lead a military campaign to put down the Irish rebellion? I trust it worked to win back the Queen's favour. Indeed, the parade given to send you off was most impressive. I was there. Did you see me?
I did wave at you.
Nay, I do not imagine you would have seen me. So great were the crowds.
Yes, my offer to lead the campaign was well received by the Queen. But there was a fatal flaw in your advice.
Oh, and this flaw was...
Is it not obvious? I had to verily go to that midge-ridden bog-hole and try to put down the Irish. God's breath! Have you seen the Irish? They are savages. That Irish chieftain O'Neill and his band of fen-born brutes are especially bad.
Forsooth, they sound most fearsome. 'Tis a mercy you escaped with your life, and are now back home safe in England.
Nay, I am not yet safe in England, I fear. For when the Queen finds out that I made a truce with O'Neill, heaven only knows how ill she will take it. Even my leaving Ireland without her permission will doubtless vex her.
Then the Queen has not been informed of your return?
Nay, she knows yet nothing of it. I am at present taking refuge with my sister, the Countess of Devonshire, at her country estate. But I cannot hide there forever. Hence I am come to you this day so that the stars may advise me on how I may extract myself from my current predicament and win back the favour of the Queen.
Then let us see what the stars advise. How might Lord Devereux escape the displeasure of Her Majesty the Queen and regain her favour?
I don't think there is regaining her favour this time, though. Heals the Queen's vanity and exercise patience. Use best asset to ward off Queen's anger. Magnificent body. Brilliant career. War. Try a way to make the Queen see his disappearance within the context of personal relation, rather than disloyal to the crown. His legacy with his tendency towards confusion and optimism. Subject to violence of the law. And Queen look upon him as the son she never had. Confused optimism. Violence of the law. Son she never had. I think it is B.
The stars foretell of violence enacted by officers of the law.
Ah, verily. 'Tis doubtless a beheading. Forsooth, I do enjoy a good beheading.
Well, 'tis likely to be a trifle more elaborate than that. If the Queen is particularly vexed, it will start with a quick hanging until just before the point of death, followed by a disemboweling and emasculation.
Ah, yes, of course.
Whereafter the gentleman is invited to watch his own entrails and privy parts being lightly grilled upon an open fire, before he is chopped into 4 separate pieces.
A quartering, I think you mean?
Which, as etiquette dictates, are then to be parcelled up and sent as gifts to any friends and family members unable to attend the ceremony.
Ah, yes, splendid. An execution with all the trimmings. Verily, whilst a simple beheading can be a most elegant entertainment, 'tis a trifle too, well, continental for my taste. Why, 'tis oft over in mere moments, whereas a full English execution keeps one entertained throughout the whole morning. Though I fail to see what this has to do with... God's breakfast! You mean I am the one to be hung, drawn, and quartered?
Well,
yes, very possibly.
I am afeard the only course left to you now is to humble yourself before the Queen. The stars suggest you might be able to convince her to look upon you as the son she never had. A naughty, wayward child who has rebelled against his parent. With time and patience, she may forgive you.
In truth, 'tis not the worst of ideas, and it might even clear the path for the possibility of... Yes. Methinks this plan may serve me very well.
Well, if we're getting him another time, Yep, looks like he survived. Praise him, praise be to the Lord. The Lord, Archbishop Whitgift, thy may he be delivered. His eternal grace and favor, sin, praise be to the Lord, Archbishop Whitgift. It's like blasphemy every time we meet this guy.
Good day, Your Grace, and well met. Might I inquire whether Your Grace has made a decision regarding whether to give Thomas Blagg the Bishop of Salisbury?
Ah, yes. Dean Blagg. I had my chaplain look into what you told me regarding irregularities in Dean Blagg's stewardship of Rochester Cathedral. Methinks you said he was embezzling coin and pawning cathedral furnishings, did you not? Well,
it seems you did speak true.
Oh, indeed.
Of course, I will make nothing of it, as I wish to avoid the scandal. I merely told Dean Blagg that I could not offer him the bishopric due to various episcopal and doctrinal constraints.
Of course. And what problem would Your Grace wish me to address this day?
Oh, 'tis a problem with my other deans. With each passing day, there seems to be a new dean at the palace gates come to petition me for this wretched bishopric of Salisbury. Presently, 'tis Owen Wood, the dean of Armagh. Since he returned from Ireland, he talks of nothing else.
How tiresome for Your Grace.
Indeed. I have told Owen that I am giving his request careful consideration, but in my experience, this only delays the dean for so long. I do have to grant the occasional bishopric, or else my deans become restless.
Doubtless, Your Grace.
But after what I learned about Dean Blagg, I must take care to exercise caution. Hence, I would have you tell me anything you know, that is, anything the stars reveal, about Owen Wood that would render him unsuitable to perform the role of bishop.
Then let us ask the stars. Is there any reason why the Most Reverend John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury, should not grant Owen Wood the bishopric of Salisbury?
Why is he been cheating on his wife? Why else not to? Vain, patient man, but patient man who has God on his side. Impossible to please he is. John dream of being a bishop. Uncertain about whether he will offer. Reigns optimistic. With woman who has a creative interpretation of teaching a Bible on sin of adultery. Betrayed his wife. Married concern Owen Wood and some unborn child. Okay, it's obvious enough. B, let's go. I must advise against granting Owen Wood the bishopric,
for the stars reveal that he has sinned most grievously.
Ah, verily? Grievously, you say?
I am afeard Dean Wood did commit the sin of adultery.
Nothing else?
'Twas more than once, Your Grace.
Doubtless. While I appreciate your most excellent discernment of this information from the stars, I must own that Dean Wood's extra-clerical activities are already well known to me. Why, even my own wife has had a tumble with the man.
Your Grace, I am sorry.
Hold, Sirrah. In truth, 'tis of no consequence to me. What occurs in Lambeth Palace bides in Lambeth Palace, as we like to say. But you are right to remind me of Dean Wood's indiscretions. For mayhap it be not wise to elevate Owen to such a public position as bishop. I do have the reputation of the church to consider.
Indeed, Your Grace.
I will tell Owen that while I had every intention of granting him the bishopric, my hands are now tied due to various episcopal and doctrinal constraints.
Very wise, Your Grace. And one more matter, if I may. Has Your Grace yet had the opportunity to consider the granting of my medical license?
Ah, yes, that. Once my chaplain has finished looking into the matter, I shall be giving it careful consideration. Good day.
Oh dear. So close. Five left, I listen the left. Solutions she does serve. So she now visits half the church. I have left, I listen the left. Better half the church, eh? Oh my.
Good day, mistress. What brings you?
I am come about my lover who has lately returned from Ireland.
Ah, yea, and your current lover is, as I recall... yes, your lover at present is Owen Wood, the Reverend Dean of Armagh, is it not?
Aye.
And according to my notes, you were afeard he might die in battle, and yet you do not appear to be much pleased he is returned alive. Whatever is the matter, madam?
It is being said around the diocese that my lover, Owen Wood, is romantically entangled with two other women.
And who might these two other women be? Might one of them be his wife, or...?
Of course not. Do not jape with me, Foreman. For as you very well know, what you told me about Dean Wood reforming and becoming a loyal husband turned out to be naught but boil-brain. I did hear that one of the ladies Owen is seeing is Mistress Ways, while the other is a certain Anne Hayborn, with whom I am not yet acquainted. I do hear she is a very young and comely maiden, though mayhap a maiden no longer. I prithee, scribble one of those doodles of yours and tell me if this be true.
Madam, if you will but afford me some silence and calm, I will compose one of my doodles, as you so call my mathematically precise astronomical charts, and endeavour to answer your question. To wit, is Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, wooing other women?
Yes. Gordon? Nope, doesn't seem like it. Oh dear. Did he freeze again? Oh dear. What to see, pray tell? I cannot actually see. Yes, let's hope this does fix it though. Now I'll just skip to the part where we're selecting the choices now. What is the matter with this? Pray tell. What doth do this? What a egregious error. Nope, it does still look like C is bugged out. Looks like we'll have to go with A. How sad.
Ah, I have good tidings for you, mistress. Your relationship with Owen Wood is secure. 'Tis true, he has indeed been conducting intimate liaisons with some of the wives and daughters of various deans and bishops, but...
So then 'tis true? What a maid-fiddling maggot of a man is he!
Aye, but prithee, madam, I had not finished. The stars suggest that Dean Wood's affairs with these women will shortly end, for it seems he is in dispute with them.
What, with all of them? At the same time?
It would seem so. Mayhap they all have been apprised of the same rumour that brings you this day.
Well, I am glad to hear these affairs are soon to be ended. But I will not lie, I am no less vexed with him. And indeed, if Owen has been larking about, 'tis only fair I do the same, to even things out between us.
I think what you may be referring to is Lex Talionis. 'Tis the law of retaliation, as practiced by the ancient Babylonians. Well, madam, indeed, if it would help square matters betwixt you and Dean Wood, you may consider me wholly
at your service. Very much indeed. 2 more. Hear him, sinners, fear the Lord. The Lord, Archbishop, with gift. Ye priests who have brought Bishop with gift, blasphemy.
God give you good even, Your Grace. I trust you were pleased with the previous counsel I gave you? The advice I gave against granting Owen Wood the bishopric of Salisbury?
Ah, yes. Your counsel did indeed prove sound. For Dean Wood is now cod's deep in scandal. The parish council has received numerous paternity suits, and 'tis said that scores of defiled wenches perform the gates of his deanery each morning, clutching suckling babes and demanding recourse. As for young Anne Hayborn, she has had her reputation ruined, and Dean Ways is barely speaking to his wife anymore.
On my word, how disgraceful.
Aye, indeed. If only Owen had the sense to exercise more discretion.
Yes, indeed, Your Grace.
The Bishop of London, for instance, manages his affairs very quietly. I might have been able to look the other way, but in this instance I could not let Owen's indiscretions pass. For a wretched local woman by the name of Mary Payne got wind of the scandal and stirred up a public fuss about it. Oh, the devil take the woman and her bacon-faced husband.
If I might venture an opinion, Your Grace, mayhap if we were to pay no heed to Mary Payne and her ilk, they would eventually tire of their animus and leave us all be. But is it upon such problems you come this day, or upon some other matter?
I am come about my health. I believe I do ail of something.
Then pray, describe your complaints to me, Your Grace.
Well, I am afflicted with pain in my back, and at times I find myself hard of breathing. Indeed, I feel I may have phlegm in my chest, and I do bear these odd-looking spots upon my body that will not mend.
If you will permit me to loosen your robes to examine you? I see. Methinks I have a notion of what ails you. Let me confirm it with a reading of the stars. What troubles Archbishop Whitgift?
Spots, back, a cough, a congested cough. Sounds like a serious disease indeed. Well, let's see. Mattering in breast. Seems a little bit too simple. Knobs on the yard. Officer with lecher and wart-like growths on privy member. No. French pox. Does he lie? Pocket person. Sores on the arms, legs, short wind. Does seem like it. I do think it's French pox, but hopefully I'm not wrong.
Your Grace, I know not how to put this delicately. You have the French pox. I am not sure how this is possible, as you're a man of the cloth. Indeed, mayhap I check the stars again.
No need. I did suspect as much.
Verily? How astute of you. The French pox can oft be difficult to cure, but in your case it is not far advanced. This ointment of boar grease and mercury is to be applied to your entire body.
Again, mercury
it must be rubbed in vigorously to ensure the mercury is well absorbed into the skin.
Do this.
You may then expect to see the sores on your body start to heal within a matter of days.
I see.
And
I imagine your manservant William will be giving me this treatment.
No, Your Grace. The grease is to be taken home with you and applied each night before bed for 9 days. mayhap your chaplain could apply it to your Grace's body.
Ah, yes, a
fine
idea. I thank you for this treatment, sir.
Very
Very well, Dr.
Foreman.
Foreman.
Before you leave, Your Grace, might I inquire again as to the possibility of you granting me a medical license? Your Grace did mention you would give it careful consideration.
Ah, yes, indeed I did I not? Have no fear, Dr. Foreman. My chaplain is looking into it. Good day.
Once more with the Archbishop. Yes. But it's not the license. Comes Lord Everett, ready to fight. Unright and restless, he's been up all night. May not know much, but he knows that he's right. Never underestimate the miracle a man in fantasy tights. I do hope you like my quietness.
Give ye good morrow, my lord. I trust your lordship is well.
Well? God's body! Am I likely to be well? I have been languishing under lock and key while all England goes to ruin.
Ah, yes.
I
did hear something of your arrest. I take it your encounter with the Queen did not go as well as planned.
Nay, 'twas a disaster. I took the precaution of seeking an audience with Her Majesty just after dawn, to be sure I would find her alone. But when I entered her bedchamber, she let out such a blood-curdling scream, it alerted the palace guards, who ran into the room and arrested me.
But you were imprisoned in your York House residence, were you not? The fact that you were placed under house arrest and not imprisoned in the Tower surely speaks to the Queen's fondness for you. I trust your time in confinement was not uncomfortable, at least.
Well, yes, my time away from the world and its trifling concerns did, in truth, prove useful. It afforded me time to reflect on larger questions, to take stock of my life and put recent events in perspective.
Ah, I see. And what resolution did this quiet period of sober reflection bring you? A closer relationship with God? Or perchance you are resolved to spend more time with your family?
What? Nay. I said my mind was turned to larger questions. To wit, am I destined for greater things? Am I chosen by God to rule a kingdom? For I must needs act. The realm is under threat from within. For why was I verily imprisoned? Was it merely to punish me for some trifling mistakes I made in Ireland? Nay, 'twas to separate me from the Queen.
Well, I imagine after discovering you in Her Majesty's bedchamber...
Do you not yet see? The Privy Council means to keep me away from Whitehall, lest I see how they have contrived to control and manipulate the Queen since I left for Ireland.
My lord! Are you saying the Queen is weak and no longer in control of her reign?
Aye, indeed. Something must be done about it. Well, man, do not just stand there.
Yes, of course, my lord. Let us see whether the stars may give you your answer. Is Robert Lord Devereux, Earl of Essex, destined to rule England?
The answer is no. The person that follows is James. James the 6th, or was it 4th? Done well, clever nature, cooperation with plans, short. Engage in bribery. Strong authority figure. An heir. Ignorance of foreigners are resistant to rule England. Clue about his legacy. Somebody eventually die. Influences his friend's advice upon him. Queen, how he's been treated by her. This one's the truth. This one's the truth, but harsher. This one's encouraging him to do his plans. This is my last visit with him, if I remember correctly. How do I do with him? I could just tell him to do what he wants. Certainly this is not the right one, if at all. Be it of these two, it'd be C. What be it? Tell him what he wants to hear or not. I can only hope it'll give me my last 15 points. Oh, how very troubling. I think I'll have a go with the thing.
The stars confirm your fears, my lord. Her Majesty's failure to provide an heir has created the conditions for much plotting and scheming, and her refusal thus far to name a successor has provided an opportunity for powerful forces who would seek to gain control of the throne. Indeed, the realm is in grave danger, and the stars suggest that you are a strong, wise leader, chosen by God to lead England, mayhap as Lord Protector of the realm.
By God's underlumps, 'tis true! Huzzah!
As to practical matters, the stars suggest you use your significant wealth to, ensure cooperation and procure the influence you will need to secure success in this endeavor.
Then I will rally my forces and make the necessary preparations. For England, for God, Queen, and country. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So, will that give me my letter? Yes, it did. Almighty God, deem thy servant Thomas blood, thy eternal grace and mercy. Shared by his wife. Amen.
Good day, Dean Bligh. How now, good sir? I see you do ail of something.
I do ail of something, foreman. Forsooth, I fear I'm very ill indeed. For I tremble day and night with fever, and my face does itch and prick with pain.
Verily, you do exhibit upon your nose and cheeks a rash of a most remarkable hue.
Before you do this reading for me, foreman, I must have your word that you will not speak of this to my wife, Alice. In truth, I have had her believe that I was set upon by an angry swarm of wasps that have lately been nesting in the north transept of the cathedral.
I do understand. A kind husband would naturally wish to shield his wife from any undue distress.
Yea, that of course. And there be also the small matter of the promise I did make to restore the Bligh family fortune before I died, and thus not leave my wife and children to live in penury when I am gone. If Mistress Bligh were to think that I am gravely ill, it would provoke some awkwardness between us that I would rather wish to avoid.
I take it then that your finances are also in poor health.
Alas, they are. For as you accurately predicted, the Archbishop never did grant me the bishopric of Salisbury. It would seem his Grace is content for me to remain in my current state of penury.
I see. Well, as to your wife Alice, be not afeard, sir. We doctors take querent confidentiality most seriously.
Yeah, right.
As Hippocrates did say, testa Apollonum medicum secreta, among other things. Now, mayhap we proceed to consult the stars on the matter of your condition. With what disease is my querent Thomas Bligh troubled, and how may he be cured?
Let's see, verily now. Edris Bellos. Skin disease, face calming, pain, fever? Yes, seems like it. Evil digestion? No. Strong ring, bone charming, non-black growth, rising on the shin. Well, this is fairly obvious if I do say so myself, with use is the only one with the rash. Aries, rule of the face.
It would seem you are troubled with a severe disease of the skin known as erysipelas. It is quite serious. Though you may find some temporary relief from the pain and fever by vigorously purging from your fundament. To induce such a thing, I do advise the consumption of a considerable quantity of prunes, or mayhap rhubarb. Of course, it does depend on the season.
Erysipelas? Prunes? Oh, merciful Lord, if it be thy will that I should die, and if thou hast writ these mortal signs upon the stars, I beseech thee, have thy servant Simon Foreman speak the truth.
Prithee, sir, I had not finished. Oh, my dear friend, I will not lie to you. Your condition is quite advanced. In truth, I fear you must prepare for the worst.
Oh.
If you will not share this grave news with Mistress Bligh, perchance you might speak to her from the safety of the... from beyond the grave? That is to say, write her a letter that may be read to her after you are gone. Your loving words, though thus delayed, may provide her comfort in her time of grief and destitution.
God bless you for your candour, sir. As well your wisdom and friendship these last years. I will now go and pray upon what you have told me.
It seemed like... Ooh, letter of recommendation! Let's see if that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. An explorer's wife cannot share his life. He is left all alone, alone, whilst he is at sea. Away so she, going overboard at home. I just noticed, but the monkey has a ruff as well.
Good day, Mistress Fortescue. How may I help you this day? You seem a little out of breath.
Aye, 'tis but my bodice. My maidservant did lace it far too tightly. Methinks she is a trifle vexed with me. Indeed, the atmosphere in the Fortescue household is exceeding ill at present.
Verily? And why is that?
Someone has been stealing food from the larder in the night. This morning, 3 whole swan pies were missing. Each member of the Fortescue household suspects another.
And whom do you think is the author of these thefts, madam?
Well, I suspect my son Harold, as his fondness for pie is well known. But Harry denies it and has accused our maidservant Gladys. And 'tis true that Gladys has become suspiciously wide about the girth of late. And as for Gladys, well, she is convinced the culprit is our African parrot, Sir Muncelot Grey. But Sir Muncelot has denied the accusation and blames my monkey.
And who does your monkey blame?
How now, Dr. Foreman? Be not absurd. Monkeys cannot speak.
Yes. Then 'tis fortunate that God can. Speak to us, that is, by way of the stars. Who in the Fortescue household has been sneaking into the larder at night to steal pies?
A parrot. Oh my. It has been her. It is herself that has been with pies. Wrong. Thief is one who speaks silence. You only know not to steal pies. Foreign country? Change it to her will. Cut her mates from doubt. What a strange endeavor. I do believe it is B. The thief is silent about it. Whoops, wrong tile. Silent about it, as thieves do tell. Let's go.
Madam, you may eliminate your son from your inquiries, for according to the stars, you have educated him well, and he knows not to steal pies.
Harry is innocent, is he? Then who has been eating our pies?
I am afeard it is the very last individual you would suspect. An individual who is in this very room with us now.
How now, Dr. Foreman? Surely you would not accuse me.
Oh, nay, not you, madam. 'Tis your monkey. What was his name again?
You mean to say Sir Nanahad has been stealing our pies? Oh, my days! What a naughty monkey!
Quite. He is most naughty indeed, 'twould seem.
I must at once to home go and apologise to Sir Muncelot. I never should have doubted him. God give you good even, Dr. Foreman. You have been a bad boy, have you not, Sir Nanahad? Who's a naughty monkey? Yes, you're the naughty monkey. Yes, you're the naughty monkey.
Good even, Mistress Fortescue.
Right. I thought it was somebody else in the house, no? Humphrey Bell to play our leading game. You must pay the price. Looking thin me, son. Your guilt, and shame, You'll be judged, and we accord you to name. Humphrey Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr.
Miss
Bell. What brings you so late this evening, young sir? Have you come from the playhouse?
Yea, I'm come from playing the Duchess in a special performance of Richard II. You know, that play that makes the Queen look bad.
So, Mr. Shakespeare decided to revive his play, did he?
I see.
I need you to tell me what to do about my pay. Our seamstress told me she heard Mistress Burbage discoursing and how John Crisp is getting paid a full shilling for each performance.
And you feel this is unfair, I take it? I gather Mr. Crisp's pay is greater than yours.
Aye, sir. 'Tis full twice as much coin as they pay me. What I get is barely enough to cover my rent. And my parts are well bigger than his, innit?
And you can fathom no reason for this disparity in pay? He is more experienced, perchance.
What? I've been on the stage since I was a boy. And John's been playing for less than a year. Nay, sir. Mr. Burbage and them other company shearers are paying me less on account of how I'm doing the lady parts.
You mean to say you are being paid less simply because you perform lady roles?
Indeed. John only gets the main parts because he's big and tall, but I'm well better than he is. Critics call my Ophelia the most tantalizingly nubile and tragical performance since Henry Condell's Juliet.
Ah, yes. Having seen Hamlet, I would have to agree with them there. I must own that I too found your Ophelia most comely and alluring. Now, let's see what the stars advise. What can be done about you being paid less than players of masculine roles?
Let us see indeed. Wait. A romantic allure. Use a woman. Uncover the truth. If hypocritical. Rude businessman. There we go. Evil to others if it means safeguarding his legacy. Wife is pregnant with masculine child. The boss can therefore not be trusted. Uncover the truth. Well, yes, it does seem like B is once again the correct option. Well, Humphrey Bell,
according to the stars, your employers, the Lord Chamberlain's men, are very wise businessmen.
How do you reckon that? On account of them contriving to pay me less than I deserve?
Precisely so, Mr. Bell. And being so wise, they doubtless deter their hired men from discoursing upon the coin they receive for their labour. Perchance to the extent where the men harbour such feelings of shame and suspicion about it, they would more readily show each other their privy parts before they would show their pay.
Aye, 'tis true enough. We oft pull our yardles out when we're jesting about and that. But as for a man's pay, forsooth, 'tis considered most private.
Well, such prudery must end if you and your fellow players are to advance your interests, Mr. Bell. Indeed, methinks that if you were all to begin freely discoursing upon these matters, you will find you are not the only player being paid unjustly. If you do decide to demand more coin from your employers, I advise you to unify with the other hired men and speak as one voice.
Zars, we shall unify and demand them company shearers pay us equal coin for equal playing.
Be that ye will, good sir.